Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you are on a ketogenic diet or you're considering starting a ketogenic diet, I am going to tell you guys 5 things that no one told me before I started this diet. So if you're one of those people, this video is going to be very helpful, so make sure you guys keep watching, and I'm going to tell you guys 5 things that no one told me before I started this diet. Number 1 thing is constipation. Yes, when you are on a ketogenic diet and you're just starting out, the risk of getting constipated is very high, and it does make sense because we are eliminating most of the high fiber food that we normally eat, such as oatmeal. I know myself, I used to eat oatmeal every morning, and you know, this whole diet is just coming as a shock to your body. Now you're burning fat as your main fuel, and before you used to burn sugar and carbs, and you know, everything is just changing. And what you guys can do to avoid getting constipated is eat a lot of green leafy vegetables. That is the number 1 thing that I can mention. Make sure you guys eat a lot of green leafy vegetables. Yes. And the second thing is, when drinking coffee or when making smoothies or acai bowl, add some MCT oil and coconut oil. That will really help as well. So that is the first thing I wanted to share with you guys. Okay, number 2 is the amount of water you are going to be drinking the first 2 weeks or the first week, depending how long it lasts for you. But for me, the first 2 weeks I drank so much water I can't even explain. And mind you guys, I studied dance for a couple of years, so I'm used to cardio. I go to the gym quite often, and I don't even drink as much water as I drank when I started this ketogenic diet. I drank so much water the first 2 weeks. Like, I was thirsty all the time, and I had no clue. It felt so weird. And of course, if you're drinking that much water, what will happen? You're using the restroom every 30 minutes. I had to pee all the time, and no one told me about this. I was like, okay, I know when you're on a diet you should drink a lot of water, but it's like I was thirsty. I had to drink water. It just felt so weird. I would wake up in the middle of the night and my mouth just felt so dry. And yeah, so when starting this diet, make sure you guys always have a bottle of water with you guys. I have my bottle of water here, so everywhere I went I make sure I filled it up with water. And yeah, so you guys are going to be drinking a lot basically. The third thing I wanted to share with you guys today is how tired you're going to be the first week or 2. And I know I have read about the keto flu. You might be tired a day or 2. Some people it might last a week, but for me the first 2 weeks was absolutely horrible, especially like the 5th, starting from the 3rd day forward. Yeah, I think that's when I started getting, like, not even just tired, exhausted. I had to nap like 3 times a day. It was crazy. I remember just 2 weeks ago I was at my friend's house for the 4th of July barbecue, and in the middle of everything I had to just go and just take an hour nap because I just couldn't do nothing else. I was so exhausted, and everybody is different. I'm just sharing my experience. I am just so happy that I didn't start this diet while I was in college, or imagine if I had finals and I was this exhausted. No. So if you're going to start this diet, make sure you start it on a week where you don't have a lot going on in your life. That is just my recommendation. I will not start this diet, for example, finals week in college. No, don't do that, because you don't know how your body is going to react. Especially me, I love carbs, and imagine from eating so much carbs, literally all 3 meals had so much carbs, and now I'm just cutting all that off, and my body was just in shock, and I was feeling dizzy as well, drowsy. I tried taking dance classes and my legs just felt like spaghetti. I didn't know how to move. It felt so weird, and I felt so weak as well, and it affected my workout a lot. And to be honest, I'm just gonna admit, they did say the first few days or the first week of starting this diet, don't work out a lot. I didn't listen. because you know, before I started this diet, I started doing research 2 weeks ahead, and at that point I started reducing the amount of carbs I eat. So I was just like, oh, I'm sure I can work out because I've started reducing the carbs I eat at least a week before I started the diet fully. But no guys, it didn't help. And I was saying, I was telling myself as well that I have been working out for so many years, I don't think like I didn't think that stop eating carbs will affect my workout as much. I was just like, this is an advice they're probably just giving to people who have never worked out in their life or just not used to working out. But I didn't listen. I went to the gym and I was doing HIIT runs. I was doing full 2-hour sessions the first 3 days of the diet, and that was my bad. So don't do that guys, it's not worth it at all. Because when I came from working out, I was literally in bed, just dead, exhausted, couldn't do nothing. And the beginning of the second week, when I tried going to the gym to work out, like I had no energy. I couldn't do nothing. Normally I can jog for like 15 minutes. I couldn't even jog for 5 minutes. This is how like my workout was affected. It was just horrible. And I just want to warn you guys, really don't work out the first week, and the level of tiredness you might feel, it might be something you've never experienced in your life, at least for me. And I did speak to my sister and some friends who have done this diet before, and they just couldn't relate. So I guess everyone is different, but this is just me sharing my experience. So the fourth thing I wanted to share with you guys that came as a shock to me and no one told me is that my sleep will be affected. I was so surprised, to be honest. I was like, what is happening to my body? Because I've never had issues when it comes to sleeping, and I normally go to bed around 11:30 and I wake up at 7:30. I would go to bed around the same time, 11:30, but every morning I would wake up at 4:30 a.m. latest 5 a.m. I would be wide awake, and it felt so weird. I didn't know what was going on. It's like I never wake up so early so many days in a row without setting an alarm. So I was just like, what is happening? I had no clue. So I did do some research, and they say when you start this diet, your insulin level might drop and your serotonin level might drop. So that might be the cause. So I'm just telling you guys, when starting this diet, it might affect your sleep and you might be waking up very, very early. And of course, because I woke up so early, I think that affected how my day went as well, that I was so tired all the time. And yeah, so if you're waking up very early and you're currently on the ketogenic diet, it's not gonna last forever. It lasted actually for 2 weeks, and now I'm on my 3rd week on the ketogenic diet, and I don't have issues with my sleep no more. I start waking up as usual at 6:37 a.m. So yeah, keep that in mind. And the 5th thing I have to tell you guys is that when starting this diet, my biggest fear was how much I will miss rice, bread, pasta, potatoes. But no, I can survive without those things. The hardest thing has been the sweet cravings. I was craving sweets the first week so bad, I didn't know what to do. I was looking up recipes. I was trying to make chocolate mousse. I was trying to make all these keto-friendly desserts, and it was just so tough. I don't know why. I have to look that up, but I had such sweet cravings, and it was like never before. And don't get me wrong, I do love sweets, I do love chocolate, it's my weakness, but I have never had sweet cravings like this in my life. So what I end up doing was I bought stevia and I got cream, heavy whipping cream, and I started making tea. And that's what helped me with my sweet cravings. But those are the 5 things I wanted to share with you guys today. And I just want to let you guys know, don't be discouraged, don't feel scared. I'm just giving you guys a warning so you guys know what you have waiting ahead. And mind you, everyone's experience is different. These are just things that I did so much research before starting this diet, and No one told me. I didn't find this anywhere. And afterwards, now I did find an article that wrote all these symptoms that I mentioned, and it all makes sense now, and I will link that down below. But as for the diet itself, I absolutely love it. Do I regret starting it? No. I'm on my 3rd week now, and I absolutely love this diet. You guys should definitely go for it and follow my journey here. I have some other videos here on my channel documenting my journey and giving you guys some recipes of what I eat as well. And so far I have lost 8 pounds, and I just can't believe it. I've never lost this much weight in such a short amount of time while eating great food. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you watch all the way to the end, join the family and press the subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on your post notifications as well, and I'll be back with more videos.